Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let's play some football.
You are Locked On Lions, your daily Detroit Lions podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome in a special Thanksgiving Day edition of Locked On Lions on a Thursday morning, Thanksgiving Day, November 23rd, and a Friday, November 24th. Matt Derry with you on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We wake up today and we get ready for some football at Ford Field. 8-2 Lions, 4-6 Packers downtown in just about 5.5 hours or so. Thanks for making this your first listen, checking us out wherever you get your podcast. Special edition of Locked On Lions here. We'll get you some keys to the game. We'll talk about the Thanksgiving tradition. I got a history lesson for you, and I got to talk about this Barry Sanders documentary, which, by the way, I will not be watching. Check us out on Twitter at Derry Speaks, at Locked On Lions, Matt Derry Facebook fan page, and of course, thank you for watching and subscribing on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel. You can watch for free, subscribe for free on our Locked On Lions YouTube channel. The show this morning, Locked On Lions, is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code Locked On NFL for $20 off your first purchase. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Got to give a shout out to my main man, fourth grade legend, Henry Steed. Henry is a big Lions fan. He knows all the players. He's got a great mom and dad, Christy and Gary, and a shout out to my man Henry, who's watching today here on Locked On Lions. All right, let's get into it. I want to say something on behalf of all Lions fans today. All right, we're going to be playing a game in a few hours down at Ford Field. And many of you are driving down right now to the corner of Brush and Adams, getting ready for a big day of football, and then, of course, a Thanksgiving feast afterwards. Screw you, anybody who said the Lions need to give up the Thanksgiving Day game. F you. Seriously. And I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but well, you know what I mean. For years, when the Lions were bad, everybody said, oh, the Lions need to give up the Thanksgiving. The NFL needs to step in. I'm tired of watching the Lions on Thanksgiving. Please. The Detroit Lions and Thanksgiving are synonymous. All right. I grew up in Cleveland. I knew at 12:30 on Thanksgiving, I would see that Silverdome. And then at 4:30, I would see Irving, Texas. All right. And the Cowboys. That was Thanksgiving. It's tradition. There's something special about the National Football League and their traditions. And a lot of them are gone. Right? Gone are the days of Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen on NBC. The NBC had the AFC. CBS had the NFC. Right now, there's games everywhere. Thursday games, Friday games, Thanksgiving night game, New Year's Eve, New Year's night. I mean, all the traditions have been bucked for the most part. Right? We're flexing games. We're moving games off of Monday. We're putting them on Sunday. We're moving Sunday games to Monday. Thanksgiving is tradition. There is something about back in the day, Silverdome, Texas Stadium, Lions early, Cowboys late. That's how it should be. And now the Lions are backing up the talk. The Lions deserve to be in this game. The Lions always should have this game. I don't care what the Hunt family had to say. I don't care. Need to make it a round robin. Need to switch it up. Nope. No. Detroit early game, Dallas late game. I know there's a game tonight. I don't care about Seattle and San Francisco. God bless Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. I may check some of it out, but the Lions are Thanksgiving. It's the tradition in this town. And these fans have deserved this type of team, a winning team. And today, it doesn't get any better than when the Packers come in with those white jerseys and the yellow pants. There's something sweet about that. Lions Packers today at 12:30 is freaking awesome. And I love that Green Bay's off a win. And you heard Peter Bukowski on yesterday's show say it. Jordan Love's car starting to get it together. Last 3 games, playing well. Over 300 yards passing. Last week, first 300-yard game. It's awesome. Washington and Dallas, old NFC East rivalry, late. NFC North, NFC Central, whatever you want to call it. Lions and Packers early. That's what it's all about. This is why this is why the NFL is king. All right. I'm well aware because we had Adam Amin on the show on Tuesday. There's college basketball now today at 4:00. Michigan State's playing. NBA, college football. No. Thanksgiving tradition at 12:30. Lions. That's it. Don't ever speak to me about taking this game away from this team. No way. No way. This has been going on since the 50s, 40s. I mean, come on. It is absolutely awesome. And you know what? The Lions are playing really good football. That's the thing. You look up, yes, Philly has the best record in the NFL and the NFC. They've got 1 loss, but the Lions are right there at 8-2. And this team competes. They play hard. They're gritty. They run the football. They're everything Dan Campbell said they would be a couple of years ago. All right. Brad Holmes has done a fantastic job as general manager, putting this roster together. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a good roster. And today they're going to be facing a team that over the last 3 weeks has made some strides. For Green Bay, this is their chance today with a very young team to make a statement. All right, Jaden Reed has played well lately. Some of their young receivers have done a nice job. Their running game has improved. Jordan Love has done a good job. Their defense is tough. All right. Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary, Campbell, they've got some players on that other side. First meeting, they remember it. Right. The Lions punched the Packers in the mouth, kicked them in the goodies all night long. That was a night game at Lambeau in week 4 that the Lions embarrassed the Packers. So now there's a storyline there with Green Bay wanting to exact some revenge. They don't want to get swept 2 years in a row by the Lions. This will not be an easy game today. But I like the Lions run offense against that Packer run defense. I love the fact that Aaron Jones isn't playing. And I think that the Lions will win. But you guys, the crowd, it's going to be awesome. Something electric about Thanksgiving Day. There's the tradition. There are these families. Come on. The grandfathers taking their sons who are taking their sons today. That's what it's all about, man. And while I don't love indoor football, the fact that we have a dome downtown, it's a beautiful edifice, and the Lions are going to be playing some ball today. I'm excited. I think it's awesome. So there's that. So Bye-Bye Barry, I have not addressed yet. The documentary on Amazon that is out. I have a few things I want to say about it. And we will do that coming up next right here on Locked On Lions. Locked On Lions today brought to you by our friends at PrizePicks, daily fantasy that is so much fun. All right. The easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports because it's just you against the numbers. All right. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. PrizePicks is the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. Take $10, maybe turn it into $250. All right. Want to play alongside some of PrizePicks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill, comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find the community plays under the promos tab of the app to view these entries from some of the biggest names in the PrizePicks community each week. It's fun. It's easy. Go for it. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL and use code LockedOnNFL for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/LockedOnNFL. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, folks. Good morning to you. Thursday morning, Locked On Lions, Detroit, Green Bay at Ford Field. Now, something's going on outside of the Lions realm and, the 8-2 start and everything else. That is that Barry Sanders documentary, Bye Bye Barry, talking all about his departure from football, his sudden retirement, has made its way now to Amazon, and now it's out, and a lot of people have seen it. And quite honestly, I'm over it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. But this week, a lot has been made of some of the rhetoric that came out of the show. Heck, even former Lion quarterback and former friend of ours at WDFN back in the day, the legendary Scott Mitchell, came out on his Facebook page and blasted the documentary, blasted Wayne Fonts for taking shots at him, basically told Eminem and Jeff Daniels to F off, and isn't happy how he was portrayed in the film. Let's take a giant step back for a second. Two things that bother me. Number one, I interviewed Barry Sanders numerous times, including at the Super Bowl in 2015 in New York. That was the infamous interview at 105.1 when I asked Barry how he was doing personally following his divorce. He wasn't real happy with me. But regardless, Barry would not talk about why he left football for decades. Kept it a secret. Didn't want to talk about it. Didn't want to get in depth with it. Now he's getting paid from Amazon, and all of a sudden he's got his own documentary. I'm over it. All right. I don't need to watch Barry's media buddies on there defending him and defending his actions and talking about retirement. I don't know, the Bobby Ross stuff, everything else. I don't need to see it. I'm over it. Thanks, Bear, for waiting this long to tell us the truth so you can get paid. I think it's weak. That's number one. Number two, let me let you in on a little something right now about the Lions. The Lions are a great story. The Lions are a really good team. It's been all positive. There's not a bad apple in the bunch. There's not a bad seed on this team. There isn't somebody arrested for drunk driving. Somebody having 7 kids like Josh Jacobs. There's nothing like that around 222 Rodwood Drive in Allen Park. Nothing. This team is on a mission to win. They have the right people. They have the right culture. Heck, Brad Holmes at the trade deadline didn't pull the trigger on any big trades. Why? He wanted to keep this team together, wanted to keep this locker room together, and didn't want to mess with it. So now, here we are on Tuesday the other day, and I'm, scrolling through Twitter at Derry Speaks, and Scott Mitchell, ripping Barry, blah, blah, blah. Not happy how he was portrayed. It's all negative. Why do we need to go back into the past and drum up this garbage? It ruins what we have going right now, which is all positive. But hey, Barry's getting his documentary, whee! And give the Lions credit. They're being good about it. Now, again, the Lions didn't exactly, the Lions messed up their relationship with Barry, and now it's good again. So that's cool. All right, and Barry's a legend, and he's the best running back I've ever seen. So don't accuse me of being a Barry hater. My point is, I don't like the distraction right now. I don't like the negativity coming out. It's not good timing. The Lions are a great story right now. They're playing awesome. They're winning. They're winning games Barry's Lions didn't win. Here's Scott Mitchell ripping on Barry's playoff stats. Flush all that out. Who cares? No. Why is that even on my timeline? I could do without all of this. That's my thoughts on it. Some of you may like it. Some of you may watch it 500 times. Fantastic. All right. But I'm over it. I don't need to see it. That's my story. Keys to the game. Let's get into this. Today, how are the Lions going to win? Well, first and foremost, last week they nearly lost to the pathetic Bears, who have not won a division game. since Poles and Eberlews took over. They're 0-9, but the Lions almost lost. Why? Turnovers. Today, the Lions cannot turn the ball over 4 times and get away with it. Might have gotten away with it last week against Chicago. Not going to happen today. If the Packers turn the Lions over 4 times, it's going to be a long day. Not that I'm saying Green Bay's any good, but they're better than Chicago. Lions must take care of the football today. Very, very important. Need that to get done. Take care of the ball today. Number 2, run the football. First meeting, David Montgomery ran the ball 33 times against the Packers. Green Bay's run defense is shaky, and this is where the Lions can make hay. I get it. Fast track, Ford Field. Ben Johnson loves to sling the ball around with Jared Goff. They throw the ball very well at home. Goff threw the touchdown pass to J-Mo last week, the touchdown pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown last week. Amon-Ra, I see you 14. I see you 1-4. That's my Dan Miller impression. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. I see you. Those Dan camera videos. Oh, boy. I see you 1-4. Anyway, sorry. I lost it for a second there. It's a safety. Run the football. Yes, the Lions can throw, certainly, but they absolutely pushed the Packers around up front in week 4. And I think they can do it again today. That offensive line with Decker and Jackson and Ragnow and Glasgow and Sewell is just really, really good. So run the ball today, keep Jordan Love off the field, and that's how you win, in my opinion. That's a second key to this game. Number 3, and this is a big one. A.J. Dillon is a big back, carries tacklers. The Lions tackling the last few weeks, especially from their linebackers, has been subpar. Right? I didn't need to see Roschon Johnson last week getting 5-6 yards a carry. A.J. Dillon is a truck. He's a big dude. And I think the Packers are going to try to establish him early today. Lions have got to tackle. Wrap up. Too many missed tackles last week, especially on Justin Fields and Johnson, Herbert to an extent, and Freeman. A.J. Dillon is tough to bring down. So got to tackle him. Got to limit the Packers' ground game today and make Jordan Love beat you on 3rd and longs. Because I don't think he will. And you heard Peter Bukowski yesterday. They're young receivers. Wicks, Reed. Christian Watson hasn't had a great year this year. Dobbs had a touchdown last week. Their young receivers are starting to get some confidence. But 3rd and longs, make them be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, not 3rd and 3. Tackle. Wrap up A.J. Dillon and get this win today down at Ford Field. Excited to check out the game today. We will not have a post-game pod today. I'm taking a little bit of a family Thanksgiving vacation. So no post-game pod today. But we got to tell you about our friends at Gametime, best app ever if you want to get tickets. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event, even if it's close to that event date. Gametime is the fast and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guaranteed, Gametime takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. I love the view from your seats in the venue. Whatever venue it is, wherever you're going, check out the view from your seat so you know exactly where you're sitting, and that is something that is awesome at Gametime. Zone deals, you pick the section and Gametime picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONNFL, LOCKEDON NFL for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets. Lowest price guaranteed. All right. I want to wrap up today's show with something pretty cool that I learned the other day from my crack research staff, and I've got to find the actual. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. The actual story behind this, because I think it is very, very cool. Lions need to win this game today. Why? Because something else happened back in the day when the Lions were 8-2 playing the Packers. This is from my crack research staff. When the Lions were last 8-2, that was 1962, as we all know. Their next game, game 11, was the Thanksgiving Day game against Green Bay. That's when the Packers came into the game unbeaten and the Lions sacked Bart Starr 11 times. One more year after that, Vince Lombardi, legendary Packers coach, petitioned the league to have the Packers not play the Lions every year on Thanksgiving. He thought it was unfair. In 1963, the 4-7 Lions tied the 9-2 Packers. That would end a tradition that occurred every year from 51 to 63, 1951 to 1963. Lions and Packers would next play on Thanksgiving in 1984, which the Lions won 31-28. They play again in 86 and then 2001. Seventh time these two teams will meet on Thanksgiving. So wait a minute. The great Vince Lombardi was scared to play the Lions on Thanksgiving. He thought it was unfair. Give me a break. Go win this game, Lions. That's awesome. How great of a story is that? I didn't realize this is the first time these two teams have played on Thanksgiving since 2001. Crazy. Because the Lions seemed like they play the Bears every year on Thanksgiving. Played the Vikings on Thanksgiving. I remember when Peyton Manning beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. I remember Tom Brady coming in on Thanksgiving. Some great games. The 81 game against the Bears, we all remember. But go beat the Packers. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Go, Pack, go. I hate that. Put Green Bay away today. They're 4-6. You give them life today at 5-6 and they spring the upset, they could sneak in as a wild card. Today, you put them away at 4-7, their season's done. And I think the Lions will win. All right. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Stay safe. Have fun today at the game. Love doing the show. Thanks to our everydayers that are out there listening and watching. Follow us. Subscribe on YouTube. Back again next week right here on Locked On Lions. Happy Thanksgiving.